What is up, everybody? What is up? Welcome, 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 y'all. Hey, we're about to talk about From. Y'all already know we missed last week. We are so sorry, but we're going to be talking about episodes 3 and 4. We're going to kind of skim over episode 3, but we're going to dive into episode 4. And y'all already know I can't do this by myself, so I got to bring up my girl, Miss Tamieka's Den. Hey, boo.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. Alrighty, so what is up to everybody in the chat? First and foremost, hey Latoya, how you doing? And everybody else who's here who has yet to say anything. So we're gonna jump into it, y'all, because we actually got a lot to discuss. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me go ahead and get these pictures up, actually. All right. So what did you think of first and foremost? What did you think about episodes 3 and 4 as a whole?
I thought that was good. I was enjoying that. We moving kind of fast. I wasn't expecting us to be kind of like getting into everything this quick. I mean, some people, I feel like y'all don't be having patience. Was kind of complaining that it was going slow, and we want to get to the answers and know some more things. But I've been enjoying the ride so far.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. I think it's moving at a pretty decent pace. The only thing I had wished for was that they had gave us a few more episodes, in the beginning. I feel like
Mhm.
that probably would give people a little more, you know, calmness if they got like a couple of episodes the first go around and then episode by episode, something like that. But it
Mhm.
is what it is. Alrighty. Well, in episode, we're gonna talk a little bit about episode 3, because episode 3, Jim had got the phone call from Thomas, quote unquote, and it was weird because I wasn't really sure if Thomas was friend or foe, or if he was that same voice from when he was on the walkie-talkie. Remember that? I don't know if anybody
Mhm.
else heard the voice then. I think it might have only been him. So I don't know. What you think about the voice situation about these phone calls that he's getting?
Yeah, it's weird because we know it ain't no damn telephone lines. I feel like it's the same, whatever entity or whatever that contacted him through the walkie-talkie before. Because I believe that time they gave a warning like old Tabitha was going down where she didn't have no business going or something like that. This time he was saying to go get the kids. Now, of course, we know it ain't his damn son because the son was only a little baby when he passed away, if I'm not mistaken, right? I mean, he definitely
Mhm.
wasn't no person that was able to talk the way this person was, but they trying to say Thomas. So I don't know. It just seemed like they trying to connect to Jim some kind of way. They obviously know some feelings that he have in reference to Thomas, and they was able to kind of use that, but also saying you better hurry up and go get the kids. It was weird. I don't know. I can't say whether it's a friend or foe.
Yeah, it was pretty weird for sure. Now, on episode 3, back in the real world, quote unquote, I'll just go quotation marks. We have Tabitha is with Victor's father, and she's hearing the glasses, the bottles, right? And then we find out that tree was a tree that Miranda had built as a replica, but that the original tree was actually somewhere else. And so, of course, Tabitha wants to go there. But when we start to get there, and this happens toward the end, when we start to get there, she sees that bracelet inside of the glove compartment, and she just starts to freak out, thinking like there's no way in the world that this could be real. Like she thinks that she's going crazy. She's like, nope, nope, nope. Are you supposed to be doing this? Like now she's the one that's skeptical after she took all this time to get his dad to finally believe her, and now she's the one who's losing it. I was like, okay, here we go. What did you think about that?
Mm, on one hand, I understand, but on the other hand, I was like, I need you to get it together, girl. Yeah, because I'm like, are you gonna not go back to your kids? Like, I just didn't understand what was happening here. But I guess at that point, she just felt like her mom was playing tricks on her, like not really trusting. And
Yeah,
that's understandable after everything she been through.
absolutely. No, I completely understand. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I got some. Hold on, give me 1 second. I think I got feedback on this other one. Give me a second to turn it off. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's the same exact bracelet. So I would be kind of like on the fence about it too. But I was like, he was like, no, we're going, and then he take that wheel, and then boom, and I knew right then. I was like, if they have to go back to the hospital, that I felt like they was about to go right back to the. I felt
Hmm.
about to go back there, and I thought it was going to be interesting. Because this is going to be the first time he's seeing his dad, Victor, and his dad hasn't seen him in forever. So I was really looking forward to that reunion. Uh, were you looking forward to any reunions? Because of course we got the reunion with Tabitha and Jim, but I didn't really care about them that much. I really just wanted to see how Victor and his dad were going to interact.
Yeah, I was curious to how Victor was gonna respond. I also wanted to see, like, what the interaction was gonna be with everybody seeing Tabitha come back. Because right about now, we also have people kind of writing it off and feeling like it's been X amount of days and she ain't coming back. I mean, poor little Ethan, all his innocence is gone. He he has just pretty much been like, she dead, she out there rotting. So I think they was gonna be in shock with seeing her back and like how they gonna take this news that she got out, okay, and then came back. So I wanted to know how all of that was gonna play out.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I felt like 100% like everybody was gonna think that there was definitely something wrong. And the way they all looked at her when we did kind of get that reunion, I was like, yeah, I was kind of expecting that because there's no way in the world like you should be gone by all accounts. So how did but it almost it might give them a little bit of hope too because I feel like they've lost hope as
Mhm.
well, and I feel like this might give them some hope. But at the same time, they are gonna, it's gonna be a little weird. So you know, there is that. Um, so let me see what else major happened in episode 3. I think Boy got the big idea that he wanted to go and try to capture a one of those things. Fatima got caught eating the dead vegetables by what? Why come I can't think of her name? It just escaped me.
So
Yeah, and yeah, but to our surprise, she it didn't even really bother her. She was just like, okay,
I still don't trust that damn lady talking about some I ate eggshells and it's okay. No.
yeah. Something is a little bit off with her. I really do feel like it. We had Christy who got caught in the trap when she was chasing after Jade. We know that Jade and a lot of the others are always seeing things. So of course, um, let me move my thing back. We know that Jade and the others are always seeing things. So of course, he saw something and was like, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go. So he tried to get up out of there, and Christy tried to go behind him, and then she got caught in the thing. It was just a whole hot mess. It was just a lot on episode 3. I was just like, y'all are doing too much. Now, granted, I feel like on episode 3 we did kind of move slowly, but at the same time we did kind of move somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it served its purpose. To me, it was like one of those nice little build up episodes to what we would end up seeing later, which is this episode, which is episode 4. So let's go ahead and get into that one. Tamika, let's talk about the first scene. We're in the ambulance. They see this doggone tree. What are your thoughts?
Well, I knew they was back. Tabitha knew they was back. Like it was just like we knew this was gonna happen, but like I said, to me, it moved fast because I wasn't expecting it to be where she came right back that fast like that. But it made sense. I wish that they could have went to the other tree that they was telling her about. That he was telling her about. Maybe we could have got more answers. But this annoyed the hell out of me because they was just like, "Oh, let's go around," and she's telling them that they can't do that. Of course, nobody ever listens when they first get there. They just swear they know. And I felt like we got more birds this time around. Maybe I'm bugging out, and I felt like them birds was making more noise than what they normally was making all before. So I don't know if it's just like everything is getting worse all across the board. But yeah, Tabby is back.
Okay. This gotta suck though. I mean, real talk, like coming back after being gone all this time and then now you're just back up in here. But Ethan is gonna get that same phone call. He's gonna get that same phone call from Thomas. But Thomas this time is gonna tell him, like, look, your mom needs your help. She's in an ambulance and she's gonna need your help. And then when Jim came over there talking about who you talking to, I'm like, bro, you know who he talking to. Why are we doing this right now? Like he was acting like it was a brand new situation. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you know who it exactly is on the phone. And at this point, when he tries to help him, I was like, is he trying to help him as a trap? Or is this a friendly help? Because we got the little kids, they kind of take a liking to Tabitha. I don't know. I was confused.
Yeah, I really honestly can't even lie to y'all and begin to say I know what's going on. Because I was like, oh, shoot, we forgot to talk about the fact that Jim got the call. Because I think he had got the call at the end of episode 2. And then they pretty much picked right back up, with episode 3 with him getting the call. Now you coming in asking Ethan who he on the phone with, like it's going to be a whole bunch of daggone options. And, they telling Ethan, like, oh, yeah, it's me, Thomas. And, mommy gonna be coming in the ambulance. So it do feel like they giving warnings, but it's like, why? And then when Jim took the phone and he was saying, like, stop messing with my kids or whatever, paraphrasing, but they basically was like, they not your kids no more. I want to know what the hell that means. So, I mean, I don't think this is a friend, but I don't know.
Okay, and that's the part that got me too. I said they not your friends, they not your kids. I said, okay, so who's? Because then I was like, I don't know, girl. I had a lot of thoughts. I was like, first of all, this thing knows way too much. That's my first thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have way too much information, and I don't like it. But that was my first thing too. Like, whose kids are these? Like, do you mean like they belong to the town now? Or do you mean like these aren't your kids, like in general? Like now you're dropping some bomb on him. I started thinking to the left. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's see. Catalyst said, and when he snatched the phone, the voice called him Jim, not Dad. Yeah, he did call him
Mm-hmm.
Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I want to talk about this part. Well, I want you to talk about this part. There's a part in here where Sarah and Victor, they build a fort and everything because this started from the last episode. He wanted to build a fort. He needs answers. He needs to remember. Kind of talk about like that whole scene and as a whole, because, they break the scene up, but we're going to talk about it as a whole.
Well, listen, one thing I do like, maybe they was listening. I just wish everybody could get together, but we do have more conversations happening where people are talking to each other because that's been my whole damn thing. Like, why y'all not telling each other what's going on? At the same time, though, what's his name? Why I forget his daggone name? Just that
Victor.
Victor. The way that he kept throwing shots at freaking Sarah, but at the same time asking her for help was hilarious to me. He like, yeah, I didn't take mine out like you took yours out, but they going. Um, but I like the fact that he was like, I need, to go through these things and get my memory back as things I'm not forget, that I'm not remembering. And it's like, yes, that's what we need. We need answers, and we also need y'all to be communicating and telling people what the hell is going on. If we all talk to each other, then we could get more information. Because I never understood why, even with Jen with the phone call, why didn't you tell Boyd about it? When you came outside to look for the kids, you just was like, oh, things is getting worse here. Like, why you not letting him know somebody been calling me on the phone? I just don't get it.
Okay, exactly. It's almost like they are holding back information. I'm like, this is
Hmm.
not, we don't need to be holding back information. We need to be sharing information because if everybody had a shared information, they would be so much further by now, in my opinion. And I kind of get why everybody's not necessarily sharing information because some people are on a high of just getting there and some people are on a low of being there too doggone long. But I feel
Hmm.
like they need to have like some weekly meetings or every other day meetings and have like a board, like a crime board, showing all the different things that everybody's seeing because you got Elgin over here seeing this, you got Jade seeing this, you got Tabitha was seeing this, and like it's just too much.
Hmm.
Like we need to work together. This needs to be a team building exercise. Come on now, people. So, okay, I want to talk about the fact of also Jim, not Jim, thinking about Jim. Victor talks about when he first got there, he starts to remember some things, right? And he talks about how he went through the town and how he saw the different people. He talked about the man, Mr. Gerber, who smelled like onions, and he had his watch.
Hmm.
So instead of him actually burying the people, he buried their things. That's what he had been looking for was, these things. And
Yeah.
so he has all these things from these different people. But the most interesting one was the Christopher guy when he talked about Christopher and how he didn't have anything from Christopher, right? And then he starts
Hmm.
talking about Jasper and he has this flashback and I'm just like what is going on with this flashback when we start to see him the puppet is talking. I said wait a minute, I don't think I would have been able to sit there, girl. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's been a lot of debate on whether the puppet is actually talking or not, or if it's just in Victor's head. I, for one, feel like it is talking now. I feel like it's some type of entity, of course, that's making it talk, but I think he really saw what he saw. But I guess we'll find out. And I feel like the guy Christopher probably thought it was talking to him and telling him to do stuff like we've seen in Sarah and whoever hearing these voices or seeing things. I think it was the same type of situation with
Hmm.
that damn doll.
Yeah, because Sarah was seeing the stuff on her arm and told
Hmm.
her that she had to do this in order for them to be able to go home. Like, I think this thing targets certain people. And this guy, Christopher, according to Victor, was the one who was keeping people laughing. So that means that they had some inkling of just a little bit of happiness somewhere with the laughter, right? So you target him after he saw the sign, of course, the symbol, because whenever people see this symbol, it feels like, that's when these things start happening. But, you lose that little piece of it too. It's like these monsters in this place get so good at basically taking away little things from you. Like they just take a little bit, a little bit. It's almost like right now where we're at with the monsters, they don't even want to unalive boy. They'd rather just see him suffer. It's crazy. All right. And so this is also when he talked about this, when he talked about getting the things, he also talked about seeing the boy in white for the very first time. The mystery of this boy in white, Tamieka, I really don't know because I, but I think the boy in white is good. I don't think that he's bad. Are you still there? Oh, I think you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Um, I don't think that he's bad. What you
That's
think?
the big mystery. It's definitely a debate of whether he good or bad. I think he's good. I honestly do. I think that he's trying to help in some way, form, or fashion. Usually it's the good side and it's the bad side. I don't, I'm still feeling like he's the good side until we see otherwise. I need a little bit more to make me feel like he's evil.
Exactly. I don't feel like him or those two kids. I don't feel like they've really done anything, you know. And to me, they don't really look like the others in a sense, because the others feel the kids feel like they're only certain people can see them, so they don't feel like they're physical in the form of physical. You know what I mean? Like they're not really there per se. But the other things, they everybody can see them, and I feel like they're absolutely physically there. So I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Okay, let's see. All right, so the thing when Elgin was, she said, "Help me." She wanted his help. I mean, she looks scary, but I don't know. I'm starting to think that she might not be a foe. I'm starting to think that she might actually uh, be there to help. I'm feeling like she might be the key to something. What I don't know, but I feel like this is something that he needs to explore. What you think?
Yeah. Of course she looks scary. I would be scared too, but she's clearly saying help me clear as daggone day. I wish he could find out what the heck she want help with. Wish we could know who the hell she is. I don't know.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
this is another one that only he's seen.
Right.
I feel like every time it's somebody that only certain people are seeing, that those people aren't necessarily meaning them any harm per se. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they really are trying to help, or something, whatever it is, they're going to lead them to something that's going to be the key to something else. Like that's kind of how I feel about those things. But I don't know. Girl, they got me all in a mystery on this one. Girl, these monsters done woke me out in this episode. The monsters are so smart and they real messy and trifling all at the same time. Like her dangling them keys in front of him was just doing too much. But before we fully get into that, I want to talk about the fact that we finally get back into town, right? We get back into town. I'm trying to see, I think I got the photos out of the thing. We get back into town. Well, first of all, they see the van, not the van, the ambulance. They see the ambulance, and little man try to run out, of course, and and Boyd has to catch him, and then that's when he tells him about the phone call. Like, now you want to talk about the phone call. So that's when he tells him about the phone call, and he's like, if there's even a chance, I have to go and try to get, try to see if this is my wife or not, because it's literally what the voice said. So, there's that. But then we got the people on the ambulance who won't even listen to her. If she knew that there was a town here, like, where is y'all rationality? And I see it both ways. I really do. But I was irritated.
Yeah, this part pissed me off. I mean, she's literally like, "Oh, stop here. There's some people here." And you would think that if you at a place where you don't know nobody and you was at a damn tree and now it's dark, that you would automatically stop. I would just think that that would be common sense. That would be something they would do. But no, we gonna keep driving and then see this body in the road and decide to stop there. Like everything about this was pissing me off. That cop was pissing me off. I get it. Yeah, Tabitha, it sounded a little crazy, and that's why I think it's a good thing she did go back to the town, because had they took her back to the hospital and she would have been saying this bad enough, they already looking for her, and they already like, well, how the hell you got back but not your family? That would have been a bigger thing, but I'm just like, come on now. I know it couldn't be simple, but that really ticked me off. And now two of y'all got taken out like in 2.5 seconds.
Exactly. And it didn't even have to be that way. That's the crazy part about it. Like, y'all just doing the absolute most because y'all won't listen. Like, it's simple. Just listen. Clearly she know, if there was a town up there, that means she must be familiar with the area. I know it sound crazy. I know it sound unbelievable, but at this point, I guess I'm just different. I'm listening. I'm like, girl, what? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, I need to hear what you talking about, what you know. I'm not just gonna run out here all willy nilly and just, And then she's telling you, okay, it's not, because she ain't even got into the nitty gritty of it. Like, she haven't even told you what it is for you to be this skeptical. But if y'all had
Exactly.
just listened the first time when she told y'all to stop before that sun went down, we could at least have two people who are medically trained, two more people who are, well, because we got two already. Yeah, so we can have two more people that are medically trained. But
Mm-hmm.
no,
Exactly.
y'all just a waste at this point. It is what it is. So, so they end up getting got. I mean, point blank and period. But before that happens, the police officer actually handcuffs Tabitha to the thing. I was sitting up there screaming at her. I was like, if you do not, if you do not uncuff her, and so anyway, Randall decides he's gonna try to help because he and Boyd were on the bus together because he was like, any chance I'm, he do be about it, like, because he went with Jim when Jim wanted to have his crazy plan, right? So he will listen to people, even though when he did the thing with Jim, he kind of lost it. Remember, he went left with that whole situation, but still, he will try. I'll give him that much. Um, but Randall goes back to get the toolkit so that they could try to get Tabitha loose from the handcuffs or whatnot. But then when he comes back, it's a trap. He throws the bag over there so they can get him out. And then all of a sudden, these monsters, that was the pettiest thing, Tamika. Like, how you just gonna sit up here and dangle these keys in front of him and give him a choice? Do you think Boyd made the right choice?
I mean, it was a hard choice, but I don't know. I listen. I like the fact again that Randall, when they was on the bus, because he was like, "Well, why the hell you even stayed here? You could have went inside and slept." He even was giving him pointers and breaking everything down. Like usually at this time, one would be on the swing, one stands here, and one taps at the door, and all of that. So it was like we already knew something was off because it wasn't their regular pattern that they do. Then you see the ambulance go past, and I was like, it's funny because y'all just still coming out at night all willy nilly. Ethan still running out and all of that. But having said that, of course this was a setup. They already was waiting, and I mean, you got what is it? Tabitha, Victor's dad, Jim, and then Boyd. So that's four people versus one person. They pretty much was like, okay, you go ahead with the rest of them, but we keeping Randall. I've never been a fan of Randall, so on one hand, I really didn't care, but I was like, at least Randall did try to help Ethan and what you call it the last time around, and he was giving some information this time. He did toss the tools over to Boyd, and he would have been able to get away had it not been that he seen them damn cicadas, which I feel like that's just still maybe in his mind. I don't even think they were really there, and we still don't fully know what happened to him and Julia. Like he made a point of telling Boyd too that they think death is the worst thing, but he like is really not, and you don't know what I experienced. So we like still haven't really got a deep dive into that. But I felt bad for him a little bit. But I was like, really, four against one? Yeah, you kind of got. But what I did think was that Boyd was going to drive them there and then turn back around for Randall. I wasn't expecting him to just go in the house with them. I ain't going to lie.
Okay. Yeah, no, me either. I didn't think that either. I thought he was gonna turn back around, and just go back to help him. That's what I really thought was
Hmm.
gonna happen. And then I was like, well, Boyd can't get got because Boyd is the main person. At least that's how I
But
feel
at
about
this
it.
point, it really, which I don't know what it is, it really don't seem like they want to get him. If they wanted to get him, they have had plenty of opportunities. It's more about making him suffer, making it be where you the one that have to make the choice, and this is gonna fall on you as opposed to, just going ahead and doing whatever to him because they clearly could have been did that. So that's what make it even more interesting. And we know, well, I'll wait for us to get there.
No, what were you gonna say? I mean, we
No,
jumping
I
around.
was just saying, like, as far as Randall, we saw what happened at the end, and we already know what a piece of work he could be. He's gonna definitely be pissed off with Boyd and telling everybody, like, oh, he left me. So this is gonna cause more friction amongst all of them, on top of everything else that they already feeling.
Okay. And see, that's the part where I was like a little thrown off. I was like, okay, I said, did they just leave him alive like that? Trying to find the last slide right there. I was like, they
Hmm.
just left him alive, like really
Yeah.
alive. And I
It's
was like,
literally like they playing with them. Hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Let me see. Let me go back because we got the police officer. She's shooting at everything. She just like bump it. I'm just gonna shoot everywhere, right? She's shooting everywhere, and then she ends up shooting Nikki, which is another character that I really didn't care for that much either. But you know,
I didn't either, and I feel like we didn't know her well enough to really care. I had a feeling she was gonna go because the only thing we really know about her is her getting on Fatima for taking up the damn bathroom, and then her, apologizing to her. But other than that, I was like, okay. But also, why are you standing in the window, looking out the window, and somebody's popping off shots? It's like, the officer was irking my damn nerves. I said it's funny that she ran away from the ambulance and just left them there and left her, chained up or whatever with the handcuffs. And she done made it all the way over there to the house. And then you just popping, popping, popping. Like, I get it. I probably would have been popping every which way too. But at the same time, you also being an officer and seeing that as a damn house that, well, I could see it from both ends. But yeah, the officer was irking my damn nerves too. But Nikki, poor Nikki. She caught one.
okay, caught one and then had some internal bleeding. When she went in there with them wire pliers to get the bullet out, I was like, this can't be good. And then
Mm-mm.
boy, gonna go over there and try to charge the officer up. All I kept saying was we have to go back to the beginning and think about when we first got there. Even when
Mm-hmm.
Tabitha told her, I told you, like, even though while I personally would have heard Tabitha out because I'm scary like that. So if somebody's telling me something, I'm listening. I'm not running out, but that's just me differently. But just putting myself in their position, maybe I wouldn't have listened. Maybe I would have thought she was a crazy person. Maybe I would have, because they're trained to help people. And if they see somebody, they gonna run to it. So I look at it from that angle and I get it. But at the same time, remember when Tabitha and Jim came there? Tabitha didn't believe none of that stuff. Like Donna had to sit there and coax her through all of that.
Yeah, I thought Tabitha was full of crap, even though to a certain degree, same as you, I can get it on one hand. But I did think like, come on now, you know damn well you wasn't believing this when you first got there either. And then as far as Boyd, I just felt like that was him taking out his own guilt on her. Like you going off on her because you really mad that you had to make that choice and leave damn Randall. It ain't really about her. And it's just all the frustrations and you just basically, went off on her for it.
Okay, that part. Honestly, I do kind of feel like LG Gaming here, Victor's sister is not dead. I low key feel like she might be alive somewhere too, because we keep talking about this sister. I mean, well, we're not talking about her, but we know that there's a sister. But and low key, I honestly don't 100%. I don't know if I've bought into the fact that the mom is gone too. Like I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like there's something else. Maybe I just want there to be something else because he didn't see their bodies in the street, right? Because he comes back out of hiding. I can't remember how many days it was, but I want to say maybe he stayed there for a little while before he came out. I don't know because it's also weird that all the people died at one time, you know?
Yeah, it was. So I believe that it was actually Christopher that took all of them out, not the monsters. I guess that's what the doll was telling him to do. At least that's the way I'm interpreting it. And he did say that he found his mother, that she never made it through the tree like Tabitha. He did say he found her body and he buried her. But as far as the sister, I feel like he's just assuming that she died. I don't think that he ever got a confirmation of that. So I'm curious to see what the hell ever happened to her. I don't think she's dead until we get that confirmation.
Okay, so he did say he married her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the sister, we don't have the confirmation yet. So Victor, I mean LG Gaming, you could be on to something. Victor's sister might definitely still be alive somewhere. And there are, yeah, some, I don't know where them people at, but them people is out there somewhere. Julie and Ethan have a conversation with each other at some point, and it's like you said, little man has just been through so many different things. At this point, he don't even have no trust, no hope. When he first came there, he was just so full of hope and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and now he is just. I mean, poor baby. Like I low key just feel bad for him. Um, yeah, someone has gone to glory in this show, Candy. So silly. But I low key just feel um bad for him. But he talks about how if the parents don't make it, which that's not how Ethan would approach it, right? But he was just like, we're all we'll have, and he actually gets Julie to open up about what happened because we could all see that she was different
Yeah.
after they came out of that thing, whatever they was in. So I don't know, but one of the craziest moments on this episode, I've been saying that Fatima got a demon baby. That baby, something ain't right with that baby. I don't know
Mm-mm.
what it is.
At this point, I'm like, throw Fatima away, throw her in the fire, as Inga was saying. I know on the next episode, I think they all gonna be talking about, oh well, if it's a tree, get me to it. Fatima don't need to leave there at this point. So we find out what the hell going on with her and this baby. Soon as she said, "I want to be alone with her," I was like, "Oh hell to the no!" And I'm like, "Girl, why are you closing the door?" I was already turning my head. Cause I'm like, I know she ain't about to do what I think she about to do. I said I wanted Ellis to come back in that damn room and see her ass. Like,
Okay.
what is going on? That was so disgusting.
Okay, that part. What up, Nita? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, that was so crazy to me. I'm just like, no. First, I mean, the rotten vegetables was one thing, but now we done graduated to blood. I mean, what we got like a
Mm-mm.
baby vampire
Right.
in here or
What the
something? Like, what
hell?
is going on?
Mm-mm.
That was just too much. Like, I was like,
And
nah.
Tilly sitting there talking about something. I'm worried about her. Like, girl, I'm worried about her and you because I don't trust her ass either. Mm-mm.
Okay, that part. Let me transition out of this. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Um, yeah, that was a lot. You know who I like on here a lot? Victor's father. His facial expressions just throw me. He like, what? When he heard that noise. Oh my goodness, it's just so funny. It's like every time he does like a facial expression, it's just it's so interesting to me. But I don't know. What was what part about this episode? What was the most interesting part about this episode, and what had you more curious?
Mm, interesting. I guess just the fact that they really are like literally keep stepping it up, stepping it up, stepping it up. As far as these monsters go, they laying down strategies and traps and scheming. They seem to be two steps ahead of them. And I think that's the first time we seen Donna break down. People are saying Donna is a mole. I don't know what I feel about that one. But I do feel like it just was that so many things just piled up on her. And I did appreciate, like I said, even though I still need all of them to come together, we did have Kenny and Jade and them kind of, Jade telling them what he's been seeing in the book that Mrs. Lou or Chen, whatever, gave him. Then we had Jim finally speak about the phone call. We had, Randall give um why am I forgetting everybody daggone names right now, y'all? I don't know why. What Boyd, some pointers. So I like that we was getting some more communication, but I just need them to make it even like all of us together, all of us together. And I get it. Tabitha just got there and they like, can we go upstairs and clean up? But I needed Tabitha to come in and start telling people stuff right then and there too. Like I was waiting for her to be like, I done came back with Victor Daddy, listen, like start spilling the
Exactly.
beans. We ain't got no time to be waiting.
Listen, I would have been like, listen, oh girl, she about to go on up to the upper room. But what had happened is this. Like, but
Hmm.
all of this, we know she about to go. I'm sorry, may she rest in peace. But let me tell y'all what happened.
Right.
And this is how we go, and this is how we might possibly like. This is when all the information should be shared. You got all these people in
Hmm.
one place. Let share some info. Okay, let's share the info. They there,
Yes.
boo. I can see them. I don't know. I guess maybe you can't see them. She talking about
Hmm.
where my fire emojis. But listen, I don't know. I don't know. The part that was most interesting to me was the fact that Fatima really was in here sticking her finger in there, drinking this blood, and the fact that Randall was still alive, and that these monsters are so calculating that they knew that that was a smart play, because now Randall was already on the outs and already like a loner and an outsider and out for himself. The fact that they left him, you know what I'm saying, that Boyd left him in specific after he went back to get this toolbox, there is no way that there's going to be like, I just don't see the reconciliation there. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the Randall part. The Fatima, that just grossed me out. I was like, girl, you about to eat up this girl body? Like, what's happening here? Mm-mm.
Okay, we don't know what she got, and we don't know what's in her bloodstream. You just in here eating it, like,
Yeah, and the doc, I mean, whatever she is, the pediatrician, she was already talking about, oh, your skin is glowing now. You looking better. You found something that you can finally keep down. I'm like, girl, you have no idea.
okay, like girl, you don't even want to know what she actually keeping down at this point,
Mm-mm.
because no ma'am, it's not a good thing. And when
Mm-mm.
other people find out, because they will find out, I am pretty sure there's going to be some version of her being cast out. I'm
Yes.
most looking forward to Victor and his father's reunion. I just really want to see what this looks like, how they're going to play it out, how they're going to bring it about. I want to see that. That's what I'm waiting for next episode, and I hope we get it on next episode. I don't know, but I really do hope that we get it. I hope they do not try to drag it out.
Yeah, I do feel like they're gonna meet up next episode. I don't think Victor gonna be too happy about it, and I don't know exactly why that is. So I'm curious to find out all of that. I mean, he may just feel like y'all done brought my damn father here so he could die too, or he may not be believing it at first. I don't know. What's probably a mixture of
Yeah,
emotions. But I am looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to Tabitha telling them. I did see like a little teaser or something like that, a promo, and it feels like they not gonna be believing her. But I'm like, why would you not believe her after all this other craziness? Like on one hand, I could probably understand, but on the other hand, I feel like after all the craziness y'all been through, y'all should know that anything is possible at this point. And I feel like you're gonna then have chaos because everybody's gonna want to get there if you're supposedly supposed to be this place that we could just go through a tree. And you also gonna have chaos because Randall gonna definitely come back with some stuff now. So
exactly.
I'm
And I don't
really.
understand why they wouldn't believe her. All the stuff
Mhm.
that you've seen, why wouldn't you believe her? How do you explain her coming back in an ambulance handcuffed? How do you
Mhm.
explain that? How do you explain her coming back with Victor's father, who was never with them in the beginning? Like, how do you explain any of that? Come on, people from.
Mhm.
Come on. You got to believe it. So anywho, I mean, honestly, that is what's up with this episode. I mean, it was definitely a interesting episode. I can't wait for the next one. It just is what it is. It's just a well put together show. I love this show, honestly. So I'm ready to see where we go from here. And you
Mhm.
know, how many episodes is it? Is it 8 or 10?
I'm not even sure.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
So I don't know, but they never disappoint. I want to say last season might have been 10, if I'm not mistaken.
I
So
think
hopefully
it's
we get a
10,
good.
but I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to see if I could look it up.
Hopefully we get a good old 10 episodes, because that would
Yeah,
be.
because these things seem like they flying by on one hand.
Hey, Nia. Yeah, we're already on episode 4. I feel like it just started. So that means 4 weeks. We
Yeah,
already in
it's
it.
10. It's
Okay, so
10.
10. So we still got 6 more episodes. And I still don't know nothing. So we learned some stuff. I still don't know anything. I still don't have any major theories. I mean, I have some thoughts, but every time I sit and just really try to think of theories, I
Hmm.
honestly just think that I'm crazy. I'm like, okay, nah, that can't be.
Yeah, well, they have been saying that we're gonna get answers, but with the answers is gonna be more questions. So
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
we shall see.
Well, y'all, that was it for this episode. We had to try to cram both the episode 3 and episode 4 into this. So, um, you know, but for the most part, let me know what y'all thought about the episode in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, let us know what you thought about the episode. Make sure to type in hashtag replay squad and let us know that you came through and what are your thoughts about from this episode and what are your theories if you have any. Go ahead and drop them in the chat as well. Tamika, I know we have another live, guys, at soon, like maybe in 15 or 20 minutes. And it's going to be over reasonable doubt. This is like a makeup live because we weren't able to do it on Friday. So if you watch Reasonable Doubt, then definitely come and join us on that live. Tamika, you have anything else going on your channel, boo?
Um, no, just I'll be rocking with the ladies for the lives that we have this week, and then Sisters comes back Wednesday, so I'll more than likely be doing a review for that. Love at the Lockups, Zatima. You know, we got the last episode of Reasonable Doubt, I think, coming up. So looking forward to those. And there's some other things I want to do, but I just got to figure it out. There's a lot
Okay.
popping out here in these streets.
I know I saw y'all doing Penguin. Penguin is really good. I like
Hmm.
that show. So if you guys did not get to check out their live over Penguin, then definitely go and check that out. As well as for my channel, I'll be with the ladies, of course, for our normal stuff, Reasonable Doubt. Tamika and I didn't get a chance to do Found this weekend, this Friday. I mean, yeah, Friday, but we will definitely be doing Found on next Friday. So make sure to tune in for that. And then, we'll be doing the same old thing. Candy Love and I are going to be doing Queen's Court on Wednesday. So definitely check in with that one. Tamika and I, Zatima, on Thursday. And then, we just doing the same thing over and over again. And then I'll have some extra stuff. I'm going to start doing family business again on Sundays. It's a family business Sunday. So definitely check in with that. And other than that, keep your notifications on. We thank you guys for coming through. We really, really appreciate you guys. And we're going to talk to you guys later. Peace.